guess to just wrap it all up, you've mentioned style and fashion, and it's very important when we are talking about the Fab Five, and that's how I want to turn things over to my social media grandmaster, TJ Jefferson, to ask you about what he asked Juwan about just a few weeks ago. TJ, I will give you the floor in the few minutes we have left with Jalen. Please go for it.
Hey,
TJ.
What up, Jalen?
What up, though?
So, it's funny, man. If you had told me back in 1991 when I was sitting in press row watching you drop 20 points in Pittsburgh at the Dapper Dan game, then the year 2021, we'd be on the Rich Eisen Show.
I want MVP of that. I want MVP of that game.
Did
that
Jalen
was just as big as the McDonald's game.
Yes, indeed.
Wow, that's one of my favorite games.
And I saw it. I was there. I was baseline, if I recall correctly, and watch you do your thing. So if you'd have told me in 2021 we'd be on the Rich Eisen Show on Peacock talking, I mean, my mind's blown away
I would
right
have said,
now.
what do you mean by that, too, in that day, too, okay? I mean, so.
Crazy.
But, Jalen,
Crazy.
way back in those days, bro, I know for a fact that, well, not for a fact, I heard that, you really wanted spandex under your shorts because the shorts were too short and they didn't give it to you. And I'm sure you didn't put in all that work at Basketball City in Detroit to make these shorts longer the way you guys did. And as you being the architect of the Fab Five look, you got those baggy shorts and you turned everybody in the world onto that look. And now these kids, man, I don't know if it's CrossFit and they're happy with what their quads look like, but these shorts, man, they're heading up north. They're getting a little tight. They're getting a little short. I talked to Jalen and I talked to Chris and Joanne about it. So I got to ask Jalen, how do you feel about these shorts creeping up the thigh?
So don't tell anybody, but I was born in the 70s. And that's how my favorite players growing up used to wear them when I was watching the game. And so whether it's Magic, Bird, like Dr. J, Isaiah Thomas, like he, Dennis Rodman, and John Stockton probably had classic shorts.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it was like almost like soft porn type that fall down. With all of these cameras available. Like, imagine Shaq with some small shorts.
I can't.
Him falling down, right?
Yep.
He'd be bursting out of things like the Incredible Hulk. And so I believe that fashion transcends. And by the way, check out Renaissance Man every Thursday, a column I write for the New York Post, and a podcast that I release.
Yes.
I'm very happy to report that we were recently top 10 in the United States. Had some great guests on there. And on that, I talk fashion and entertainment and lifestyle. And what ends up happening is we think we're inventing something, but it's already been seen. How many times you guys been in the car with a younger person and they're listening to a song like it's the first time that beat has been made? And they're like, oh, okay. So if I say Keep Sweat on TV, they may be young, but they're ready. People think that I'm singing Beyonce.
That's true.
Right? And so that's what makes it a good catchphrase, because you grab two audiences with it. But back to what you were saying. And what ends up happening is when people see that one look got mastered, a lot of people that are creative think, well, I'm gonna go another direction. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna flip it. And so it's like, oh, okay, they were long then. I'm aware. You saw various college players try to do it. Like there's a young man, big shout out to Memphis and Penny Hardaway. I joked with him when he was on our show about this. He has a guy on his team that wears the really small shorts. And one time he had a breakaway layup and he missed it. And I promise it was because of the shorts. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, he just got, you know what I'm saying? Young fella got to loosen up. You know what I'm saying? Let them things breathe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got to go in there strong and finish that. And so I think it's that also, but it now things are more aerodynamic. Like, you look back at things, like look at LeBron's oversized suit when he got drafted, or look at some of the NBA players when they were on night shows in the 90s and stuff like that.
TJ Ford was wearing culottes.
Correct. They were oversized. And how about a guy that went to the draft with a red and white pinstripe suit with some red Maury Gators, right?
He was looking fresh to death, though, Jay.
Do you think somebody's going to take you in the top 3 dressed like that? I know you were like, what were you thinking? You know what I'm saying? But either way,
we're seeing it right now, Jalen. We got up on the screen. Look at that look. Oh my gosh, Denver Nuggets lid.
And by the way, if it's a really big picture, I had like a pimple underneath my eye that I was trying to pop all night, and it's just like a spot on my face. It seems like that always happens on the big stage. Something like that happens when you grow up in the hood, never been to the dentist, never been to the dermatologist, and you're about to get drafted tomorrow. You got Jerry Krause on one phone, and you got the alcohol in your hand trying to pop a bump. And so for the young people who switch up the shorts, it's just because they're just trying to change the game a little bit, but I appreciate, the influence we have had on the game, we continue to have on the game, but it's sparked by the people, it's sparked by the culture, and it was birthed by people still believing in us at that time. And Rich, you know this as well as anyone.
Oh,
and
yes.
Obviously, if you saw me at Dapper Dan, you definitely know that I'm glad that I've seen the cosmic shift of being disliked and hated to being appreciated. Because if you do a list of most hated college basketball players, I'll probably be on it. And I feel like I'm a likable person.
Jalen Rose, everybody. What an answer.
Epic.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.